I'm Greg Small. I've been doing fall protection for more than 35 years. When I was a younger man, I went to work as a railway bridge engineer, youngest guy in the office, and when the regulations required us to have some fall protection for our crews, the finger pointed at me, and I ended up having to figure it out. From there, the company appointed me to the Canadian Standards Association Technical Committee on Fall Protection. I've been with them coming up nearly 25 years. I sit on the ANSI Z359 committee. One of my proudest achievements in the standards world is I wrote pretty much by myself, and then with some input from the subcommittee that I chaired, I wrote the standard for design of active fall protection systems for Canada, and it was adopted almost verbatim in the United States as ANSI Z359.6. Most systems are not as versatile as this one. You can get a guardrail system. Some manufacturers will even have a guardrail system that has anchors perhaps at the base of the posts that you connect to if you're working outside of the guardrail system. Because inside the guardrail, you're safe. You don't need to know anything about fall protection, but if you need to work between the guardrail and the edge, you need some protection. The systems that I've seen where you've got anchors on the posts, it means if as you move along the edge, you're going to have perhaps a swing fall because you're anchored here and you're working here. If you fall off the edge, you're going to swing a little bit because the line will always go perpendicular to the post. Whereas with the Metro Safety Rail, you have the ability to hook onto a cable, and as you move along the edge, your snap hook connecting to the anchorage moves with you so that you can be set at just the right distance so that you can't fall off the edge in travel restraint, and it'll just move with you. And then the only time you have to interact with the system is if you need to go past a post into the next section, then you're going to have to walk up and very quickly just clip to get by. The Metro Safety Rail is also strong enough to serve as a fall arrest system. So you have the best of all worlds. It's a guardrail, it's a travel restraint anchor, and it's a fall arrest anchorage system. When I was first brought into this, there was some curiosity about how well one of the original systems by another company would behave in a fall. And so some tests were conducted, and we discovered that the sockets into the concrete were failing. So there was a risk that somebody connected to that system might actually rip the post out of the concrete. So I was retained to come up with a system to reinforce around the socket. And it's only the ends of the system and the corners where we need this reinforcement, but I developed a reinforcing system which Metro Safety Rail has now patented, that instead of using hard reinforcing steel bars, we did it with a cable system to give it the ability that you could collapse it, insert it into an existing slab where you've got the reinforcing bars, and then spread the cables out underneath the top mat of the reinforcing. So it's a very versatile approach. It's not that complicated. I mean, most builders currently will insert anchors into the concrete before they pour it into the forms. This is just a different way of doing it. It's a little more elaborate, I guess. Most people will just simply have a simple anchor that they connect to, and this, of course, is a little more elaborate, but it becomes a guardrail system. And as I said, it's beautiful that you can have an area of the floor that nobody needs any knowledge of fall protection. They just have to tell them, don't go past that guardrail.